What am I to do when they spraying lies, but this is the truth? I ain't gon' post, ain't finna hate on your growth, but they gon' hear my side in the booth.
What's good with everybody out there and speaking the real land? Mr. Go Get It back with you with another Speaking the Real. And I actually have a friend, a brother. I mean, family. The only difference is we don't come from. We got two different mamas. That's the only difference.
That's it.
I got him back on here, Stang Mo.
Yes, sir.
Me and him was just actually talking about that name. But what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a big shout out to everybody, to all of my listeners. You know what I'm saying? My biggest listeners is 386. I appreciate that. My second biggest listeners is Jacksonville, Florida. I appreciate Duval. Okay, yes. Orlando. You know I gotta say it. Duval.
Yes.
Hey, Orlando and the big old man. I appreciate y'all for being on that third list. You know what I'm saying? I'll be giving the shots out to everybody that's listening. For the ones that's living overseas, I really go a big shout out to Germany, man, because Germany over there, man, y'all are actually booming. Speaking the real. But I got my man Thangmo back on here, man. And we had a little situation about a year ago. He was on the Go Get 386 podcast. When son had got into an incident here in Lake City at their Columbia High School. So now he's back. So Thangmo gonna give you gonna talk with us about why he's back right now. And gonna give us an update on what went on and what happened and the outcome of the situation. My brother Thangmo.
Well, the reason I'm here today, I reached out to my brother Carlton here, and told him, hey man, I need to go on your podcast. You know what I'm saying? I think it's some topics that we need to discuss by, at the same time it's by his lead, because, he's the media mongrel, and, so I have to, the best thing to do is go by the man that know. And I provide the answers to the questions, and there's nothing based off opinion, These are facts. It's truth. That's what I like to stand on, because truth don't change no matter where you're at. I go to England, guess what? That truth is going to be the same. I can go to Japan, that truth going to be the same. I can go to Africa, that truth going to be the same. So that's the best thing, to always stand on truth, which equates to facts. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Exactly. So now, listen, man, and I like when you say that, because the truth is the only thing that's not going to change.
It ain't going to change.
The truth ain't going to never change.
Never change.
When it come down to your son, when you came on here, my son, what was the outcome of his situation? I think it was a year ago.
It's actually, about a year and a half ago now. That was back in 22 when that incident happened, right there in August of 22, which, the court system dragged it out till he was 18, because they really didn't have a justification to try him as an adult. But what people got to understand is this. It's up to the state attorney to decide whether he charges a minor as an adult predicated on a crime that he do. And the judge cannot, in other words, the judge don't have any say-so on that.
Right.
Only thing the judge can do is try him as an adult, but sanctioned as a juvenile. And that's up to the judge. And that's based off whatever evidence that the defense gives, right? To get the judge to bring in the sanctions, which is kind of balancing the table out.
Balance everything out, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I done been through the court system, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It's a pecking order.
That's right.
And if I get the paperwork first, I can work the paperwork how I want it to be worked when I hand it to you.
That's right.
But you can't change nothing I done.
Right.
You can't change nothing I done. So I know, and you're right. So they drug it out. Okay. They drug it out to get what they was wrong as when he got 18.
Right. When he got 18. I actually done something that was kind of unorthodox, and even the state attorney advised me that it was, because out of his whole career being a state attorney, he never had parents bring the kid to him and to try to work out, the outcome, at that particular point, which can be.
Right.
The state attorney has a lot of power when it come down to prosecution, because that's pre-court.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and the lawyer, was like, the lawyer I had at the time was like, he was advising me not to do it. I said, but yeah, my son don't have any priors, this Lake City, you know what I'm saying? And things will still work through the back door.
Right.
Right. But you got a positive back door and then you got a negative back door. Okay. The positive back door is when we take the facts as what it is, he messed up. You go to him, you know what I'm saying? And you say, hey, what can we do to resolve this without ruining and dragging them through the courts?
Right.
Because, it's cause behind the action, because regardless of what, a newborn baby, matter of fact, at this moment, in politics, they are fighting for the fetus. You get where I'm coming from?
Right.
Okay. Now I'm going where I'm alluding at. I'm going to a person having a right to live. Right? So if a person becomes a convicted felon, they lose pretty much 90% of the way to protect themselves. You understand?
Right.
Because now the only thing he can tote is a knife. And then you got to be careful how long that is.
Right.
Right.
So you looking at the point of where how you seen, now this ain't something you just seen. This is just something now that you had experienced to the point where you had to kind of dig into it.
Oh yes.
Or you was already digging into it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times things that happen to us and we won't start studying it until it happens.
Oh yeah,
we
most definitely.
Around it,
most definitely.
But we ain't really pondering on it like that.
Yeah.
So when it got to your son, you say they drug it out the way she's 18. So what did he end up getting for?
Well, they stated they was going. State attorney stated right to me, and the lawyer was sitting there, my wife and my son, that he was going to use my son as an example. That it wasn't going to be no deals worked out. It wasn't going to be no plea or none of that. And they didn't give him a plea. They didn't give him a plea at all. And if a person actually could witness what actually was going on in the atmosphere, and even know the process, everything was backdoored, meaning it was no fair hearing.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go to trial, because trial is when you got a jury.
Right.
But the hearing was not fair. So in fact, because whenever you have representation and the lawyer is not allowed to represent your child, especially when just because you're 18 don't mean that you have 18-year-old intellect.
Right.
Okay. So if the person that the lawyers represent don't understand something, then it's the lawyer's job,
right,
to explain.
Right. That's right.
Not to him, but to the court. Why? Right. Because he is mouthpiece.
That's right.
He don't supposed to do nothing but say who he is.
That's right.
Name, birth date, and that's it.
That's right. That's what he's getting paid for.
That's what he's getting paid.
He's getting paid to break down the words and everything. I don't understand. And then to make sure I understand what I'm going into, and you got to be able to understand me. So that means, it's almost like this. That means even if we get to the point where we got to make a dream team.
That's right.
We got to get 2 or 3 people on sitting beside you, because we got to make sure you understand.
That's right.
Because it's you the one getting ready to go do the time.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So your son wasn't represented like that.
No. Oh no.
Yeah. It don't.
No.
I'm gonna just be honest. It don't normally happen like that in Columbia County anyway.
Right.
I've been here all my life.
That's right.
You should be acting silly.
That's right.
Yeah. So okay. So when it got down to the sentencing, number one, your son didn't really understand what was going on.
Oh no, he didn't understand what was going on. He did not understand what was going on. He did not understand. Matter of fact, it was a point to where the judge knew he didn't even understand, because when he pleaded to no contest, right? The judge literally took 45 minutes to explain just that to him. So it's evidence she knew, didn't understand. And then turn around and try to get him to incriminate himself by asking him a question: what is a gun? What is the capabilities of a gun? What can a gun do to a person?
That's everybody know what to do because we done saw Gunsmoke do it so many times.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
supposed to kill you.
Exactly.
See, the thing about it, it'll hurt you.
Right.
But the thing about it is, these was actors.
Well, he just say, hey, the gun is used for protection. But she wouldn't even accept that.
Why she wouldn't accept that?
Because I just told you. Because everything is all about, falling on the sword and everything else. But
it's got to come out your mouth.
And it's got to come out of his mouth.
He said it.
He said it.
Instead of twisting your arm now and making you sign the paper behind the door,
right?
We're gonna twist the tongue.
We're gonna twist the tongue.
See, that's why I keep telling everybody all the time. It's wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically wordplay. When you start dealing with the court system or any system dealing with the government, or anything dealing with money,
that's right.
It's going to be a wordplay.
That's right.
Because it's somebody trying to get more money than what they had yesterday.
That's right. Oh yeah.
So
this is the thing. I'm just being honest. I just like to speak to the young people in the 386 to get them to understand some things. I've been here all my life. I've been here 57 years, and I've seen the change, in our government, meaning say the direct contact. Well, a lot of people got to understand the direct contact in our government is not the city council or the county commissioners. Yeah, you might know them and go to church with them, whatever, but that's not the ones you interact with the most. The ones you interact with the most is law enforcement.
That's right. Black folks.
Yeah, black folks.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, black folks.
I know for myself, one thing about it is you gonna see more of their vehicles around in your neighborhood anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when they when we mess up at it, we give them a reason.
Right. Right. See the development of policing anyway is really developed back in the slavery time, back when they pretty much freed the slaves. Then that's when the police and all that kind of stuff was implemented and all that kind of thing. So people got to understand this. Police, they do things two different ways. And on the other side of the track is protection. On this side of the track, it's oppression.
Right.
So we have to.
But the attitudes change, man. Even some of them tone. Yeah. A lot of them walk. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
When I say a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but shoot, man. After a while, once you run into an ant nest,
right,
and one ant bites you, you see 20 of them already on you.
Right.
And only one that bit you already know you in some trouble.
Right. Right. So instead of, like I said, on the Facebook post, what people have to do is can't rely on the one or two soldiers, the 5 or 6 soldiers that go before and challenge and also hold the ones that accepted the role of accountability.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
In other words, those 6 at some point will start being ignored. Oh, here comes so and so and so. Here they go again.
Right.
Right. But just say I got a problem, I got an issue, and I go address it. You got a problem, you go address it. Different than mine now. Your own problem, you go address it. They go address it. They go to the city councilman, county commissioners, and so forth like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even though they're not going in other words, they're not planned to go at the same time, but you only have city council meetings once a month or however they scheduled.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. So therefore, if you got a problem, and I just say 20 people got a problem, and it's 20 different problems, but them 6 is already going to be there on their collective issue that they're going to address.
Right.
Now, how many people you got there?
26.
You got 26 people.
Right.
Even though the 20 ain't got a damn thing to do with the 6. Excuse me for those that, but ain't got nothing to do.
This ain't for kids no more.
Oh, okay, thank you. So just from that alone, what it does, it gives the impression of like, okay, whoa, now they have to be careful how they make the decisions.
Right.
You get where I'm coming from?
I know, Ted.
See, because what we do is you'll take the 6 that's dedicated, but yet we'll talk about those 6, about what they're doing and how they're doing it, and so forth and so on.
Uh-huh.
Right? But yet you got an issue that you won't even go address.
Right.
But then you say, oh, we need to stick together. We need to stick together. We need to stick. Okay, well, first of all, stand on your own feet. Get your own, get some nuts yourself. And that go for me too.
Right. Well, they go for all of us.
Yeah.
I actually myself been watching because I was actually trying to see who actually, the only person I actually known in the city was Jake at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And all I know is because he's over my district.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I see a problem, I go to Jake.
Right.
If a lot of people that if they see a problem, they'll come to me if they know I know Jake, and they might not go to Jake.
Right. I understand.
What you saying is okay, and then what I say.
And that's all fine. Don't get me wrong.
But I'm saying what you saying and what I say is up to the Jake. Now I agree with you. The ones, especially if you voting,
right?
You want to be personal with the person that's over whatever you got going on. Man, I like to talk to the top dog.
That's right.
I mean,
that's right.
And then if I see the top dog tell you, hey man, I need your help, man, because this is what I'm trying to do for us over
That's
here.
right.
Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pile up in the city hall.
Now check this out. I can go and talk with people I know in government about my issue, right? And then when they go to their meeting, right, that individual, and they address my problem, the other panel don't even see me nowhere in the room. You get what I'm saying? I got to bite the person that's trying to stand up for me.
Right.
Okay, no different. You come to me, you say, hey, so-and-so down the street bothered me, man. I'm tired of joke bother me, man. But I can't really do nothing with him. Right. So I say, okay, I'm gonna go down there and straighten that.
I was still on the porch while you.
But you still on the porch.
Yeah.
And I'm down there.
No, I got to go with
you. You got to go with me.
See that? I seen what you said on your post too about having an alt with your brother.
That's right.
Okay, and I was like, I now you say that a lot, and when you say that, I said, man, that's why now I'm like, that's how I am.
Right.
If I feel like I got a problem with you, I'm coming to you. I ain't
that's
coming
right.
to you. I ain't coming to nobody that don't know.
Right.
Because once I go to somebody that don't know, that's like the blind leading the blind. They don't know.
Right. Right. See, a lot of them, they still carry that childhood fear. Meaning that if I say something to you about something I don't like, then, you gonna jump on me or whatever. We grown men, man. We grown men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get to a point in life, you understand that right there don't fix nothing.
No, it don't.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right. I get exactly what you're
saying. That don't fix nothing. We at the stage now, you know what I'm saying, for us at adults, we need to be living that example to show our young folks how to handle conflict.
Right.
See,
and not to the point the way we teaching them to run to conflict.
Right.
But on that note, I'm gonna take a short minute, man, for a short commercial break. We're gonna be right back with you. This episode of Speaking the Real is sponsored by the Unique Riders. The Unique Riders is a female bike group that is a non-profit organization led by President Carol Thompson, light skin, Vice President Shalelle Jernigan, bad mama jamma. The Unique Riders is an advocate against gun violence. Every year, they have a Bikes Up, Guns Down in remembrance of the ones that was passed away through gun violence. The Unique Riders slogan is, giving back to our community, one ride at a time. The Unique Riders is a proud sponsor of the Speaking the Real podcast. Okay, we're right back with you now. Like I was saying, you don't want to teach your kids to run to conflict. You want to, because if you run into conflict, you must already know how you're going to address it. And sometimes if you don't know what's going on, you don't run to that because you don't know how to address it.
That's right.
So, and we ourselves, we need to teach, we need to get with our children. We need to let our children know that, look here, man, it's serious out there.
That's right.
It might look rough over here.
That's right.
But out there, man, it's serious.
That's right.
So a lot of kids, that if you ain't ready to get out the house, and what I mean by ready to get out the house, mentally.
Right.
Yeah. Own up to that.
That's right.
Own up to that. Because
right.
It's rough out.
That's right.
It's rough out here.
That's right.
I wish I'd have had that mind frame. And the only reason I say I wish I'd have had that mind frame is because what I would have learned more by staying around the house and whatnot instead of running the streets, I done understood building.
That's right.
You know, I done understood how to build.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me a minute to even start trying to learn how to build.
Right.
So, I want to ask you a question about when it came down to when it come down to the 6. So what you are saying is this: anybody in the city district that has a problem
Mm-hmm.
with anything going on in your city area, you need to really get down to the city hall.
That's right.
Or
the county commission.
the county commission.
You know.
And the same thing with the situation when it comes down to the state attorneys.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Because see, they handling our kids now. I got handled.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but I understand. I was looking for it. Don't get me wrong. I was looking for it, but I know I got handled. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But I was looking for it. So I'm like this here. I was always taught, if you make a bed, you lay in it. Yeah, I'm old school. So right. I've always felt where I ain't gonna say I knew I was wrong. I felt I was wrong because me looking at the laws of man, okay, that was wrong. But now how I look at it now is a lot of laws that man has bent for other men that don't look like us.
Right.
And they still bending them.
Right. It, you know, like you say about
the old saying, they ain't bending, they breaking them.
Right. The old saying about you make your bed, you lay in it. That's I understand where they was coming from back in the day, but this is what they got to understand. This is what we need to understand nowadays is that you make your bed, you lay in it, okay, is one thing.
Uh-huh.
But however, the person making your bed to be hard right. and uncomfortable
right.
is another thing.
Right.
Okay. The system is already designed to remove you from, in other words, to take your privilege of freedom away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Okay. But at the same time, it's not an individual's place to become personal or to be grudgingly to handle the situation because of a political influence, because of a relation type of deal, meaning, oh, I know so-and-so and they mad, so that's my homie. He done said this joker need to, we need to throw the book at him, and that's what he do because what this joke over here say.
Right.
That's not justice.
Right. No, that ain't justice.
It's a reason that justice has a hoodwink, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And can't see nothing. And holding a scale.
Right.
It's a reason for that. But justice ain't never had a hoodwink on. For us. Justice always was able to see.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And the scale was fixed.
It's still fixed now?
Yes, it's fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, what they got to understand is, now, just say me. If I got a scale and I want to, in other words, I want to shave, right? Then what you putting the product in, right? That's gonna be heavier than the plate on the other side. They look the same, but one gonna be a little heavier. So it's always gonna tilt. In other words, it ain't true.
Right.
Remember, we started talking about truth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Ain't no truth to it.
Nah. To say this, and I hope I ain't getting ahead of myself. Mm-hmm. That's what the youth got to understand. In other words, the system, like I say, the system is not designed for us. It is a system.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
For us. Mm-hmm. Right? But the system of in other words, prosperity. And when I say the system of prosperity, I ain't talking about, you live right, you do good deeds. No, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the prosperity of going to school, mm-hmm. having the same problems as your counterparts,
right?
But yet being treated the same as your counterparts. Okay, which enable you to get the training, the education, the training, right, that put you in a position to be a competitor with your counterparts for that same job and position that you're applying for. Mm-hmm. You understand? See, right. The narrative is is, you know, to keep us in a particular class.
Right.
Average person right now with a job in the 386, they can't go out there and buy now new car.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they can get one, but they're gonna struggle to pay for it.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because my old theory will always been that if you don't make $50,000 a year, you don't go buy a $50,000 car. And if you make $50,000 a year, you understand? You times that by 3, and that's what kind of house you can afford.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. I know exactly what you said.
Okay.
You weighing out what you have for what you're trying to get to keep.
So what it do to our youth? What it push them to do? Because they see they counterparts riding in a nice truck, riding in a nice car, staying in a nice house. They want the same thing.
Well, it pushed our kids to do the same thing we did.
Right.
You start making, either you're gonna start making bad decisions, or you're gonna start making some bad decisions.
And then guess what? You think decision's good,
right?
Because that's the corner that you pushed in.
Right. Right. So you find all your whole mentality right now is just survival now.
Survival.
Yeah. So and you don't even know it. Right now you think you living.
That's right.
Survive.
But you survive.
And that's the thing we got to realize, man. You got to know when you're in a jungle and when you're in a forest.
That's right.
And when you're in the country.
That's
you
right.
Because it's too many different. See, every place has an animal or a human.
Oh yeah.
Okay, every place on earth has an animal or a human. Some overtake the place more than others.
That's right.
But everybody know who everybody is.
That's right.
Even all the way to that Beatles.
That's right.
You know and I was taught that real young. Mm-hmm. So when you already know, I've never felt like, and I'm just being honest. I've never felt like I was ever wanted here, and what I mean by that is by the other people, by white folks. I got you. I've never felt that I was wanted because, and I'm just saying because this is taught, and how I know it's taught is how can anybody scrounge their nose up at you, and we both in Walmart trying to get some grits and eggs,
right?
And you scrunch your nose up at me, and you only scrunch it up because of
right.
You know.
That's right. That's right. See, and that's why we, like I say, we have to. Our youth is our future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. No matter what platform that you're dealing with, if you go to church and you don't see no youth in there, that's a dying church. If you go to any type of organization that's gonna have a full range age of people, and you don't see no young people around, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing growing.
Ain't nothing fresh.
Ain't nothing fresh.
Yeah. And see everything got, and that's another thing. Some of the older people, and that's my age and older. There's a certain time when you're supposed to slide to the side.
That's right.
To actually now, it's not like you get pushed out the door, but you slide to the side so that you can say, okay, let me be, instead of being a player now, let me be an assistant coach.
That's right.
That's right. Because what's coming behind you has to keep what's in front of you.
That's right. That's right.
So
that's right.
And if we get to the point where we don't want to protect our youth, especially our males.
Right.
And when I say our males, I'm actually talking mentally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because our male youth is being taught that another male youth ain't worth being him. That look like him.
Right.
I don't know how that's being taught, because we just have to know a lot of the youth that's in these situations. You wonder why they're in these situations, because they have loving parents. So you got to also monitor what they looking at and who they around, because I was, everybody remember if they were watching when I talked with Posse. Mm-hmm. And I told Posse, me and Posse talked about, you need to learn what's going on in the city.
That's right.
Because it's coming to the country.
That's right.
It always do.
It always do. The country always turn into the city.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The thing about, see, we as, in other words, we as the, say, we can be considered the senior citizens now. You know, middle age is when you're in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? So when you hit 50 and up, you know, you I'm gonna be honest with you. They send you the ARP card in the mail.
Yeah,
you don't even apply for it. You just open the box and they be sitting right there on the top.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if they got some kind of inside deal with the postal service, but they gonna let you know your ass old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got that Social Security though. That's they gonna tell you.
Yeah, they gonna let you know. But
they
see,
own you. Yeah,
but see, we in the community, we kind of dropped the ball on things, meaning the transition point, meaning the kids the ones that was born in the late 70s and 80s and now having children, you know what I'm saying? They have dropped the ball and exposed things to these children. Not all of them, but a great deal. Mainly in the lower income communities, exposed them to the wrong thing. Now, I grew up in a lower income community. Was raised all the way up to be grown. I wasn't raised rich at all. Had to work, had to hustle, had to make the ends meet however I can make them meet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can say, you know, I can't look at nobody and point fingers at nobody, because, you know, I done pretty much been there and done that, contrary to whoever want to believe. And that's just how I handle my business. So that means I was successful. Right. You feel me? Okay. Yeah, okay. So therefore, that's what I have noticed when I look back, that when I was growing up as a jet, you had grown folk business. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now business is just business. It don't matter whether it's you just, you know, old mixing with young and all that kind of stuff. There's no boundaries. And because of that, you know, things has gotten out of control. You got a son and a daughter that rap and stuff like that, and they have good lyrics, and they rap on their experiences in life and everything else. Right. But in other words, they picture of influence is for the empowerment and also the acknowledgement, meaning making you aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we do have, say, you know, the, you know, upper, you know, the Kiss the Rain group. Right. You understand? Yeah. that actually have the ones that's so desperate, they'll do whatever it takes to try to make it, and they'll create things. And then we got these jokers back here listening to it. And most of the first thing we pick up is the beat. Right. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what attracts us. Then we don't realize that the lyrics is beating in our brain. You know what I'm saying? So the youth nowadays don't understand that. And that's what drive them, you know, to feel as though because they got some differences, they can get mad and go take another life because none of them ain't got no fight game. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it all started. Cowardism. Being cowards. That's right. You know, I just got to call it where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you in the neighborhood, you always gonna have a Debo. Always. And you might have more than one. You might have 3-4 Debo. Yeah, you get where I'm coming from? Yeah, you got one on each side of town sometimes. Right, sometimes, right. Yeah, Exactly. But even a Debo, right, knows who he can take from, and who he need to respect. He already got his prey in hand. In hand. I was told that at OC, I was told that at OCI by Old Park. He said every animal in the jungle know what the other animal is. That's right. And he said, "What you think about humans? Everybody know who they can mess with and who they can bother with in certain things. That's right. It's just like when it come down to the situation about us period as blacks, is this the court system
it's already written how they can handle us, but the right people got to be in the seat to be able to handle them.
That's right.
So what we have to do is we have to, like I tell them, I put one of ours in the seat, and don't put him in the seat up under one of them.
Right. And see,
put him in the seat and let him control it how he's supposed to.
And that's how I touched on, about grooming. See, we don't groom. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I did with my kids. When my kids were growing up, y'all excuse me for touching the mic.
Hold on 1 minute. Well, I'm gonna take one more small commercial break.
That's
one
right.
more small, and we will be right back with you. This episode of Speaking the Real is sponsored by the Unique Riders. The Unique Riders is a female bike group that is a nonprofit organization led by President Carol Thompson, light skin, Vice President Shalelle Jernigan, Bad Mama Jamma. The Unique Riders is an advocate against gun violence. Every year they have a Bikes Up, Guns Down in remembrance of the ones that was passed away through gun violence. The Unique Riders slogan is giving back to our community, one ride at a time. The Unique Riders is a proud sponsor of the Speaking the Real podcast. Okay, Stable. Now, how you raise your son?
Well,
your children.
Well, raising my kids, I always taught them about keeping their circle small. You know what I'm saying? In other words, your influence mainly come from your peers. You know what I'm saying? Or your siblings, your sister and your brothers. Most time we reject our parents, most of the time.
Right.
Meaning when I say reject them, we listen to them, we take heed, but we take those chances because why? The friend. You don't supposed to go across town like me. I couldn't leave out the projects, right? But guess what? Soon as mama go to work, me and Donnie Thomas, we gone. You see what I'm saying? We gone.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I take those experiences and I brought it to them. And then I also took my own experience from when being, graduated from school, and Miss Mary Parker, which Red Cross over there, what influenced me to work at the prison. I ain't had no mindset working at no prison.
You weren't thinking about working at the prison?
No, man. I wasn't thinking about working at the prison. Actually, I was going in the Air Force to be, deal with electronics and stuff like that, mechanic, something like that, is because I was good in both of those type of things. And that's what my thing was. But, just being honest with you, we get cold feet, we go thinking about them girls. And that's what I done. I'm just be honest. And I didn't go. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't go. So
hey, listen, your feet don't get cold today when you start thinking about it. I think your feet get a little bigger. You just forget what you were doing.
Yeah, man. So anyway, anyway, so back to my kids, I took the experience. When I started working at the prison, it kind of changed the narrative on how I done things.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because, I didn't lose friends.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't lose friends. Make it so bad. Two of the people I knew, one of them went to be a police, another one, hell, he's still working at the school.
Okay.
And they was like, man, come on, man. And man, the police hiring right now. I said, dude, I cannot be no police. Period.
Not at all.
At all.
Not at all.
You see what I mean? And even when I was in the prison, the inmates used to call me, talking about, you the police? I said, no. I ain't no police, man. I ain't no, in here. Not even in here.
Listen, man, when you were playing as kids, you won't be the police.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'll be the hostage before I be the police. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, tie me up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but what I taught my kids though, I say, if you want to stay out of trouble, be police, the fireman, you know what I'm saying? Something along that realm of public responsibility until you mature up.
Mm.
Now, once you mature up, then you can pretty much handle everything. And that don't apply to everybody.
Yeah, right.
Don't get me wrong.
That was your method.
That was my method.
Yeah,
because don't get me wrong, I know me. And not only that, see, in other words, the people that I knew, they also knew my kids.
But see, and another thing, I'm glad you mentioned that because you know I know, like I said, me and you like brothers, man.
Right.
And I know everything you have done. The path you was walking was not the visual of what was going on in the background.
Right.
So your kids, you didn't teach them the dark of the
Oh
path.
no,
You
no,
taught
no,
them the you know what I mean? Because I was like that in the dark,
right.
but I would never I would never put my before
Oh yeah, most definitely.
before I got arrested. My kid was young when I
Right.
got arrested.
That's right.
While they was when I was here before I got arrested when they were kids, I wouldn't even be
That's
around
right.
them with that darkness.
That's right.
So they never saw it.
That's right.
So your path to teach, I didn't know what to teach mine right there.
I understand.
Teach my self, I wasn't gonna teach my hustle like that.
Right.
Probably throw you the clothing thing. Which they jumped on that.
Which they jumped on that anyway. That's right.
Well, your path was actually a path of like it's a stand upright path. And what I mean by that, not that you perfect, it's just that we don't do the stuff that shine the bad light on us.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, because I grew up in a standard. I mean, even in the projects, we had Miss Mary Parker, that police. Your parents going to work. You have Miss Mary Parker. She'll do a little walkthrough, and you out there doing something you ain't got no business. She got you. Or Miss Lily Mae or whoever. Old people always
take
around.
A village.
Yeah, took a village, right?
But see now, what the problem is too. Now don't put your hands on my child.
Right. Well, I address that too.
Yeah. Well, you have to.
Yeah.
But you also have to know the ones that
right.
allowed to.
Right. Well, my thing was this: when I took my kid to school, that's the first piece of paper I signed. I let them see me sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about mentally.
Okay.
Because a lot of see what we dealing with now. We getting that. What we dealing with now is spirits.
Right. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Right now you can tap a dude across the head real quick with your knuckles, and they don't understand that.
No.
So he's like, give me some more.
That's right.
Because it's a spirit. So mentally, you have to know how to mentally and spiritually walk up on a person and be able to, even with kids now. Adults,
That's right.
Adults can we can't run up on children with an angry attitude.
Oh no, man! Not nowadays. You can't do that. You can't do that.
None of them.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You showing a spirit.
Right. Right. My son even told me one time. He said, "Daddy, we do stuff better than what y'all do."
Oh,
right.
Hey, ooh.
The stuff that we invent is better than what y'all ever invented. I say, okay. I say, son. I say now. I say, in my certified public manager, we studied the millennials and Generation X and all that kind of stuff. I say, I tell you what, since y'all invent stuff so much better, then take out the stuff that we invented that y'all use to make y'all inventions come to life. Let's get that. Give me that back, right. And then let's see what you got then.
That's what I'm saying.
And then he looked. He say, "You know what, Dad? I ain't think about that."
Right.
Because I say you can't do away with the old.
The old is the foundation.
Is the foundation.
So if you build a foundation of solidness, it's gonna be solid.
That's right.
The foundation of that bull crap.
That's right.
Bull crap.
That's right.
So that's why I say invention stopped a long time ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
After the wheel, it was over.
You see what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. So that's why I try to get them to understand. I say, son, the principle's still the same. Even though y'all may be doing things the way y'all do it, because see, the word says nothing new under the sun. Right. And I can believe that because everything that we have been taught, right, it was given to us purposely. And it was changed and rearranged to show that, hey, I'm this and y'all is this. Right. When everything really came from us.
Right.
How can we be the oldest but yet the dumbest? Come on now.
Right.
Huh?
Right. How can you be the first created?
How can a 1-year-old how can a 10-year-old child, right, know more than a 100-year-old man? I ain't talking about no dementia now. Mind gone. No, I'm talking about He functioning. How?
Listen, we ain't got to say 100. We can say 50
Right.
or 25.
Yeah.
Let's go. See, because the thing about this, you haven't experienced nothing.
I ain't experienced nothing.
Everything you saw was animated.
Animated.
It was on TV.
TV.
Or you saw your parents do it. See, I was told this a long time ago, man. Believe nothing of what you hear
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of what you see.
That's right.
Because when somebody's showing you something, sometimes they be there rewrote, redrew, recolored, or changed the color on what they showing you.
That's right.
And I was told that long. I was told that before I was 18 years old.
That's right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Because
See,
the day is coming now, and don't get me wrong. I love social media because I'm on social media. Speaking
Yeah.
real,
I understand.
social media destroying a lot of our children because they're seeing things that they haven't seen in their own home going on somewhere else, and they actually believe in it. And that's just like reality shows that everybody
Yeah.
Y'all think them people really talking about what's really going on in their life like that?
No, they ain't doing that.
You know,
They ain't doing that.
Yeah, if you really believe that, then you lost to what you want to be. So you gotta really know and tell your kids, hey man, what you looking at and what you dealing with ain't real.
Ain't real.
Yeah, you gotta tell them it ain't real.
That's right.
So that they don't try to apply it to their life. The only way you can apply anything to your life is something that you have done.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's what I try to, explain to my sons. I say, listen, by me working in corrections, especially starting young at 19,
I mean, how many years you worked in corrections?
I worked in corrections pretty much almost 20 years.
Ooh.
Now,
how did you like that?
Be honest with you, what gave me the drive to keep going is that provided things. It was a tool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a tool for me to, I get paid, I can do this, do that, and whatever.
That's actually what I asked that question. Only not trying to be sarcastic. I asked that question because my answer to me was you get those jobs where you almost have to watch certain things, see certain things, hear certain things.
Right.
And it pay you to a scale the way you can provide for your family.
Right.
And then a person of color get those jobs and then they start being degraded by their own.
Right. What it done for me, just being honest with you, it wasn't so much of the pay. It was like total enlightenment because these were the same people, that I grew up with. Meaning these brothers, was from where I was from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same background.
You know them.
Yeah, no. In other words, I can relate. Mm-hmm. Not that I did some of the things that they did so much, but I can relate to some of the things they was talking about. And don't get me wrong. Most of them, not all of them, but some of them come to you with innocent role, and I never really got into that. Right. To determine whether you're innocent or not. That wasn't my scope.
Actually, when because I was incarcerated twice, and when I got incarcerated, that's the last thing I'm going to talk to you about.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Because it's over.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Unless I ain't take no plea.
Right.
Or I'm still fighting it.
Right.
I'm still not going to talk to an officer about me being innocent because honestly, in all actuality, if he don't know you, he don't care.
Right.
And if he do know you, he about know the ins and out of it because we from the same area, same hood.
My thing when I worked in there, my main thing is talking to the fellas in there about how not to come back.
Right.
I'm enlightening them on some stuff. Now hold up. You mean to tell me you gonna come out here and run this flish on all day in the hot sun like a fool?
Right.
You understand? Never late.
Right.
I gotta make you go put it up.
Yeah.
I gotta make you go put it up. If you don't put that damn lawnmower up, I'm gonna lock your ass up, man.
Right.
It's time to go, man. We got to count.
Right.
But then you get out.
You don't want to work.
You don't want to work.
See,
Make that make sense.
Listen, I can't. Hey, the reason why I can't.
Cause you done seen it.
No, I ain't saying I've seen it. The reason why I can't make sense because that wasn't my mentality when I got out.
Well, I understand that, but yours.
My mentality was, first of all, if I could work for free,
Right.
give me whatever you got open over here.
Right.
Because you know what I like about it? I can go home when I get ready. If I don't want to work for you, I can just quit.
Just quit.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I've never understood that concept, but I have seen it.
Right.
I have seen guys. I have seen guys that I was actually incarcerated with. I mean, get down in behind that fence.
Behind that fence.
And everything.
But get out when we're on the pie train and get away free pies.
Yeah. And they ain't gonna try me. Man, you just got tried for 6 years.
Woo, exactly, man. You know, I met a dude at the fair. This was some years ago. I was at the fair, me and my wife just walking around, and I heard the dude holler, Sarge, Sarge. So I, kept walking, but I kept hearing it. So I turned around, and the dude, now he right on me. And he threw his hand out. He said, man, I've been looking for you ever since I got out. I said, what's happening, man? I see, this your wife? Yeah, that's my wife and everything. Man, remember that conversation me and you had about changing my circle? He said, man, I got it and did just that. And I ain't been back since.
Right.
Married, got a job doing this,
Right.
So, in other words, regardless of where you at, you can be 12, 13 years old, you can be 55 years old. You know what I'm saying? You got to have somebody talking truth and positive in you.
Right. Like, is that true?
You can't be no wishy-washy joker.
Right.
The day, I want to tell you, oh man, we can go get 5 cookies, man, and break them down, and
right. And then tomorrow, yeah, we all, man, we gotta stay, we gotta stay positive, and we gotta,
you see what I'm saying?
And,
yeah, that's wishy-washy, dude.
See, one thing about this is this: once you don't put your mind in a direction you want to go, now I can understand that you in high school. I'm not talking to no children, I'm talking to grown folks. Once you don't put your mind in the direction you want to go, the first thing should come to your mind anyway. It's not going to be an easy road.
That's right. Ain't nothing easy.
So that just because you went to the first bump, oh, this ain't meant for me. How you know it ain't meant for you? You just took 2 or 3 steps.
Anything easy don't have no value.
No value to it at all.
You understand?
Yeah. Listen, man. Where we at right now in the world, as black folk, it's been, hell getting here.
That's right.
And we still burning.
That's right. See, what people don't understand is the easy, in other words, the easy is showing you that time must come with it.
Right.
Just take grits. That's some of the easiest thing to cook. Right? Grits. Right? And you can see the old bag, 5 minutes grits. I don't know no grits is 5 minutes. None. Right. Don't bring me nothing that talking about grits cook 5 minutes. Yeah. It may say that on the bag.
Well, we need to do that a little longer.
But we're going to do that longer.
I ain't going to tell you no lie. I take them 5 minute grits and I cook them about 15, 20 minutes.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm going to taste him. He got to be smooth.
That's right. All that. Yeah. I take mine, I kick that lid to the side, turn that burner all the way down to low, and I let it just sit there and just plop.
Man, I ain't even finna start.
And whip that thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. All right, now. Okay. We going to another direction. We got, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, that's what people don't understand. They want to fall for the easy and all that kind of stuff. And also, it'll show you, if you look back at yourself, it'll show you that you're lazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to, let people know that whatever have value, you know what I'm saying, is, in other words, it's going to take a lot of effort for it. In other words, you may have 10 things, right? All right. And, you got 10 easy things to get here. Some of them want to jump from 1 straight to 10. You get what I'm saying? Right.
Because of that laziness, But see, what you're gonna learn from 1 to 3, right? Is just what's gonna make. Then once you get to 4, it's easier. 5 is easier. 6, 9 ain't really nothing. You got to whip. You already see 10 now.
Right.
You still can't jump to 10 from 6 though, because you're gonna miss up.
Yeah. Because the whole thing is the repetition of what you're doing.
That's right.
And looking at the certain things that change, because the center, even if you do it when you jump from one, when you like I said, jump, when you go from one in order 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10, in one starts it off, 2 gonna give you something out of 1.
That's right.
3 gonna give you something out of 2 and 1.
That's
so
right.
It's just a repetition of you just being able to remember all 10 steps to where you combine them together. And
That's
all
right.
10 steps
That's right.
came together to
That's
be a
right.
full combination.
And at each step is consequences and rewards.
Right.
Okay. Each step, and all that's predicated on how you follow the instructions. You know, because before you indulge in anything, you have to review it all.
And you
the full circle.
Right.
You have to.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You got to.
Right. Because you can't come up with it. You can't come up with a positive equation of it if you haven't looked at it all the way around.
If you ain't looked at it all the way around.
And a lot of times that's what's be happening, and we'll go back to what we started out with the 386. For those ones that's in these that you having situations in your city,
right, community,
your community, or you got a city director. How many we got? Like 12, 13.
What you about? City council?
Councilman.
Oh yeah, you got at least
how many districts
you got 11 of them, I believe.
Okay, so you got to come to these city council meetings, or you got to do what you got to do to be heard. And sometimes you know just being in there a couple times, I just started kind of going myself.
Right.
But just being in there to be able to hear and see who is coming up there and what they are asking for. Because when I went in there, all I'm gonna say, it was almost, to me, until one point, almost like a circus. And the only reason I say that is because it was like people was jabbing to see what type of money they could get. And once you throw the money in the equation like that, I kind of back up. I ain't saying I don't care for the money, because I don't really care for the money, but it had to pay some bills.
Right.
I got a bill over here I got to pay, so yeah, I do want some money. You know what I'm saying? But for me, just to get it, to say I got it, or knowing I'm not gonna do the right thing with it, and a lot of stuff, it's just like it shouldn't even to me, it shouldn't even been like that.
Right.
It should have been done totally different than what I saw.
Well, like I say again,
I ain't writing none of these laws.
I understand, but see, the thing about it is, when I say I have a different standpoint if I vote for an individual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna exercise my right to vote. And I have expectations of the person that I vote for.
Right.
And also there's accountability. But on the lower level, when I say lower level, city councilman, county commissioners, and even your state representatives, because they supposed to have an office, within that district that they running in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The way they be, so they'll be accessible to the people.
Right.
You just don't stay in Washington. Don't let nobody fool you think that. But we must, as individuals, like I said before when we started, we can't just depend on the 1 or the 2 or the 6. As individuals, whatever concerns we have, we must go address them ourselves.
Right.
And then by doing that, okay, it will show the people that's on the other side, the opposers, it'll show them that, hey, they're just not going to sit quiet. They after a while, that, in other words, these individuals, even though they all come with different issues, but they're going to end up at the same place at the same time.
Exactly.
But that ain't what's happening.
Mm-hmm. And that's what this podcast, this one here was actually about. It's getting to let you know that you got to stand up a little bit for yourself.
That's right. You got to stand up for yourself.
And standing up for yourself, meaning if I got to take some time out just to go in here and listen, or if I got to find out where my city councilman or my county commissioner is at where I can talk to them verbally. You gotta do something. And I guarantee you, they will tell you where you need to come in and what you need to do if they trying to help you now.
That's right.
They gonna tell you what you need to do, and they gonna try to make sure you there.
That's right.
And I truly believe that, because if I was a city councilman, which I don't want to be there, if I was a city councilman, that's what I'd do. I'll make sure you be in there. If you ain't in there, I know what you trying to get. And if I need you in there, hey, are you gonna be there when I need you in there? Because I'm gonna need you to come in at least.
No, I need them in there.
Because they need to know that the city councilors ain't just throwing.
Don't come to me and ask me shit if you ain't finna come up there and fight with me.
Right. That's the thing right there. They need to know you coming. And they need to know you coming when they need you.
Yeah. Like I told you before, why you gonna come to me about the bullet? And then I go down there to address the bullet, you on the porch looking like
Right. Yeah. It ain't that I'm scared of the bullet. It's just the bullet need to know why I'm here.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta need to know why I'm here.
Yeah, he need to know why I'm here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So to the 38386 from a man Stagmo. Yeah. Let's go get it, man. Speaking the real, man. Y'all get on down to the city hall, man. Talk to your city councilman, talk to your county commissioners. If you got to talk to your mayor, find out who you got sitting in the seat, because especially those ones that's voting.
That's
y'all
right.
need to really know who you got sitting in the seat. See if you got their phone numbers in your back pocket, and where you can call them if you need something or whatever.
That's right.
Now this here was Speaking the Real with my man Stagmo. Mr. Go Get It. We love talking with you. We're going to be back at you again, because my man Stagmo got a lot of things going on. He also is a DJ. Now, Stagmo, let them know if they want to get in contact with you about DJing or web attending.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. If y'all want to get in contact with you, feel more than free to call me at area code 386-365-8751. I always lead by text, strange numbers, but also you can also email me at julius1300@gmail.com. You can also email me, leave your number and stuff like that. I'm staying more on Facebook. Send me requests, inbox me, on the DJ, and definitely old school R&B. Do have new school as well, but just hit me up, and I guarantee you won't stump me on not one song. I got you. Guarantee you on that.
That's Speaking the Real. That's my man Stagmo.
That's right.
We out.
That's right. That's right.
What am I to do when they spraying lies, but this is the truth? I ain't gon' post, ain't finna hate on your growth, but they gon' hit my side in the booth.